Imagine holding a simple 2015 Lincoln penny in your hand. Something so ordinary, you might toss it into a jar, drop it at the gas station counter, or even let it fall between your couch cushions without a second thought. But what if I told you, one of these pennies has sold for an astonishing $37.6 million? Yes, you heard me right. A single 1-cent coin, suddenly transforming an everyday person into a millionaire overnight. And to think, you might have accidentally used yours at the vending machine for a soda. Now that's one expensive Dr. Pepper. Before you roll your eyes, stop for a second and think, what if that life-changing penny is already sitting in your home right now? In your desk drawer, piggy bank, or that old coffee can your grandfather left behind? In just a moment, I'll reveal why this 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is shattering records, how you can identify one, and why collectors are in a frantic race to secure it before the next price surge. To understand the magic of this coin, let's travel back in time. Since 1909, Abraham Lincoln's portrait has graced the American 1-cent coin, becoming not just currency, but a symbol of resilience, freedom, and leadership. Over the decades, pennies have been minted by the billions. But here's where things get fascinating. Mistakes happen. Flaws slip through. Rare strikes make their way into circulation. And suddenly, a coin meant to be worth 1 cent becomes a priceless treasure. In 2015, something extraordinary happened. A batch of pennies without a mint mark, coins struck in error or under rare circumstances, entered circulation. At first glance, they looked ordinary. But numismatists, professional coin experts, soon realized that these particular coins carried unique markers, turning them into some of the rarest modern cents ever discovered. Now, here's the scary part. Millions of people have already spent or discarded these coins without realizing their true value. Every time you pay for groceries or grab a morning coffee, you could be handing over a fortune without knowing it. Imagine being the person who tips a waiter with a $37.6 million penny. I bet that's one customer the waiter will never forget. But why exactly is this coin worth millions? It comes down to three things: rarity, condition, and demand. And right now, demand has skyrocketed beyond belief. At a recent auction, one pristine 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny stunned the world, fetching $37.6 million. That's more than the price of a luxury mansion in Beverly Hills, a fleet of sports cars, or even a private island. Think about it. A coin that once sat in someone's pocket now buys the kind of wealth people only dream about. And here's what most people don't know. These coins are still out there. Hidden. Circulating quietly. Waiting to be discovered by someone who knows exactly what to look for. This is your moment. Don't ignore it. Every time you hold a penny, every time you empty your pockets or clean out an old jar, remember, you might just be holding your ticket to financial freedom. Imagine the relief of paying off every debt, the thrill of retiring early, the joy of leaving behind a legacy for your family, all thanks to a single overlooked coin. So next time someone tells you a penny for your thoughts, you might want to charge them $37.6 million instead. Now it's up to you. Check your change. Inspect your coins. Because opportunities like this don't last forever. And when the next one of these pennies hits the auction block, its price could climb even higher. Will you be the one to discover it? Or will your fortune slip away, unnoticed, into someone else's hands? The choice is yours. The treasure is out there. And the clock is ticking. Suitable for a 10 to 12 minutes faceless YouTube video, with hooks, transitions, cliffhangers, humor resets, emotional triggers, and a strong CTA tailored exactly for your 65 US audience seeking wealth through coins. Would you like me to also break this into a TikTok/YouTube Shorts version, 60 to 90 seconds, that keeps the urgency and cliffhanger energy but in a punchy, Viral format? Imagine this. You've been holding on to a small copper coin tossed inside an old jar, hidden away in a drawer. It's dusty, forgotten. Yet today, that same penny could change your life forever. Because right now, a simple 2009 Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark, yes, the 1-cent coin you've seen 1,000 times, has been selling in the market for an unbelievable $37.5 million. Let me ask you a question. What would you do if a coin sitting in your pocket was secretly worth more than your house, your car, and even your retirement savings combined? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why collectors are hunting this coin, how to identify it, and what steps you must take before it disappears from circulation forever. And trust me, you don't want to be the person who finds out too late. And hey, if you just checked your pockets already, don't worry, I won't judge. I did the same thing when I first heard this story. To understand why the 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is so valuable, we have to rewind the story back to the year 2009. This wasn't just any year in American coinage history. It marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the U.S. Mint decided to honor the 16th president with a series of 4 new reverse designs, each one highlighting a different chapter of Lincoln's life. But here's where the story takes a shocking twist. Among the millions of pennies struck that year, a tiny fraction left the mint without any mint mark at all. These rare misprints slipped quietly into circulation, completely unnoticed. Collectors call them ghost coins. Ordinary to the untrained eye, but extraordinary to those who know what to look for. Now here's the part that will make your jaw drop. At private auctions, one of these no-mint mark 2009 pennies fetched $37.5 million. Yes, you heard me right. Asterisk asterisk millions for a penny asterisk asterisk. Why? Because rarity and historical significance collided in one perfect storm. This coin isn't just copper. It's a piece of American history, an era that should never have left the mint, and a collector's ultimate dream. But here's the dangerous part. Most people who owned these coins had no idea what they were holding. Many spent them like loose change, never realizing they just let go of their future fortune. Could you be making the same mistake? So how do you know if you're sitting on one of these million-dollar pennies? First, look at the front of your 2009 penny. If there is no mint mark under the date, you could be holding one of the rarest coins in modern history. Second, examine the condition. Collectors pay a premium for coins with little to no wear. The sharper the details of Lincoln's face and the design, the higher the value. And third, get it authenticated. Never sell a coin like this casually. Professional grading can mean the difference between thousands or tens of millions of dollars. Now, here's my warning. Coins like this don't stay hidden forever. Every day, more collectors are sweeping them out of circulation, driving up demand and shrinking supply. The window to discover one in your possession is closing fast. Ask yourself this. Asterisk asterisk, will you be the person who cashes in on history or the one who hears about it too late? Asterisk asterisk, and if you think this is just about coins, think again. This is about opportunity. About taking something as small as a penny and transforming it into generational wealth. Because sometimes, the difference between living an ordinary life and a wealthy one is hiding in plain sight, right in the palm of your hand. So, before you spend your next penny, look twice. Because the next time you drop a coin into a jar, you might just be throwing away $37.5 million. If you want more secrets about rare and valuable coins, subscribe right now, because in my next video, I'll reveal another coin that could turn into a millionaire's jackpot. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. This script follows 3-act storytelling, has hooks, emotional triggers, fear, excitement, urgency, wealth, pattern interrupts with light humor, and cliffhangers to keep viewers hooked. Do you want me to also shorten this into a TikTok/YouTube Shorts version with the same emotional punch for cross-promotion? Maybe even scratched. Something you've probably ignored your whole life. But what if I told you that a single 1977 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be worth more than $37.4 million today? Yes, a coin that once bought nothing more than a piece of gum could now buy you a mansion, luxury cars, or even fund your retirement. Here's the shocking truth. Millions of Americans are unknowingly sitting on rare coins hidden in jars, drawers, or old coffee cans, and some of these coins could be worth millions of dollars. The question is, are you one of them? And before you toss that penny to a kid for the gumball machine, let me warn you, that little candy could end up being the most expensive gumball in history. To understand why the 1977 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is so valuable, we have to go back in time. Abraham Lincoln's portrait first appeared on the 1-cent coin in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of his birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny became more than just currency. It became a symbol of American resilience and freedom. But in 1977, something extraordinary happened. A small number of pennies slipped through the presses without mint marks. To the untrained eye, these coins looked ordinary. To collectors, they were hidden treasures. And here's where it gets thrilling. One such coin, perfectly preserved, surfaced in an auction. Its value skyrocketed. The bidding war was fierce. Wealthy collectors from around the globe fought for ownership. The final price tag? A jaw-dropping $37.4 million. All for a single penny. Cliffhanger. And the most astonishing part? That wasn't the last one ever found. Which means there could still be more, possibly in circulation today. Maybe even in your pocket change. Now, let me ask you something. What would you do if you discovered that you had one of these life-changing coins? Would you sell it instantly and buy the dream home you've always wanted? Would you invest in your children's future? Or would you hold on to it as a legacy to pass down, knowing its value could climb even higher? Here's the reality. Every day, rare coins slip through the cracks. People hand them over at gas stations, banks, or vending machines, never realizing they just gave away their ticket to financial freedom. Don't let that be you. Because let's be honest, how would you feel if your neighbor found out they sold a coin for $37 million, while you accidentally spent yours on a cup of coffee at Starbucks? The 1977 no mint mark Lincoln penny is not just a coin. It is a story of hidden wealth, of opportunity disguised as the ordinary, and of how something so small can change everything. The time to check your change is now, because the next $1 million penny could be sitting right in your hand at this very moment. Search your drawers. Search your jars. Search every penny you come across. Because 1 cent could change your life forever. And here's the cliffhanger. This 1977 penny isn't the only coin with life-changing value. In fact, there are several other Lincoln pennies that ordinary people are overlooking every single day, and they're worth even more. So stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll reveal the other hidden pennies that could make you a millionaire overnight. Pause for dramatic effect. Narrator, urgent whisper ***. Don't blink. Your fortune could be staring right back at you. Would you like me to also shorten this into a TikTok/YouTube Shorts version with punchier cliffhangers for quick viral reach? What if I told you that the small penny sitting forgotten in your drawer could be worth more than a mansion, more than a yacht, even more than some people's entire lifetime of savings? Yes, I'm talking about the legendary 1975 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin that today holds a jaw-dropping market value of $37.2 million. Now wait, did I just say $37.2 million? For a penny? You heard me right. And before you think this is impossible, let me explain why this rare piece of copper has shaken the entire coin collecting world. Asterisk and no, sadly, it's not made of gold, and no, you can't just rub ketchup on your regular penny and call it rare. Asterisk, to understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to travel back to 1975, a time when gas cost just 57 cents a gallon, and Americans were still recovering from Watergate. In the middle of all this, the U.S. Mint struck billions of Lincoln pennies, but among them, a few coins slipped through without a mint mark. Asterisk now, here's the cliffhanger. Why does that matter? Because a missing mint mark means one of two things, either a minting error or an ultra-limited strike intended for collectors. And when rarity collides with history, the value skyrockets. Asterisk, imagine this. Collectors from Wall Street to Silicon Valley have bid outrageous amounts just to own one of these. At auctions, the price has soared past luxury cars, past private jets, until finally landing at its current record, a staggering $37.2 million. Asterisk, that's right. The next time someone tells you a penny isn't worth anything, just ask them if their penny can buy them a private island. Asterisk, now here's where it gets personal. You might be thinking, okay, this is exciting, but what does it mean for me? Well, it means that the next time you see a dusty jar of pennies, you could be holding a life-changing fortune in the palm of your hand. And here's the scary part. Many people have already thrown away or spent coins worth millions without ever realizing it. Asterisk, so how do you know if you've got the right one? What are the hidden details, the secret markers, the things collectors pay attention to? I'll reveal those in just a moment. Asterisk, but first, let me remind you of this truth. Wealth doesn't always come from working harder. Sometimes it comes from looking closer at what's already in your possession. The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is living proof of that. Asterisk, so before you dismiss the change in your pocket, take a second look. Because the next penny you touch could hold the key to a $37.2 million lifestyle upgrade. Don't wait. Check your coins today, before someone else cashes in on the opportunity of a lifetime. Asterisk, subscribe now, because the next coin I reveal could be hiding in your wallet right now. Asterisk, would you like me to also write you a shorter TikTok/YouTube Shorts version of this script, still with suspense and cliffhangers, so you can repurpose this long video into quick viral clips? Imagine this. You're holding an ordinary penny in your hand. You toss it into a jar, never giving it a second thought. But what if I told you that one of those plain-looking pennies could actually be worth $37.1 million today? Yes, you heard that right. A single cent, transforming into a fortune so vast it could change not just your wallet, but your entire life. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But stay with me, because tonight, we're uncovering the story of the 1946 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and so valuable that collectors across the world are on the hunt for it. If you got one, your path to financial freedom may already be sitting quietly in a drawer, a jar, or tucked away in a box of loose change. Now, before you start sprinting to the couch cushions and raiding your piggy bank like a treasure hunter, let's dive into the fascinating history and shocking worth of this legendary coin. Let's rewind to 1946. America was just coming out of the shadow of World War II. Families were rebuilding, soldiers were returning home, and pennies, the simplest of coins, were still a part of everyday survival. But here's where things get interesting. During this time, the U.S. Mint was adjusting materials. Just a few years earlier, in 1943, pennies were made of steel due to copper shortages. By 1946, production returned to copper and zinc, but in that transition, something extraordinary happened. A handful of Lincoln pennies, with no mint mark, slipped into circulation. Most people overlooked them, thinking they were just like any other penny. Little did they know, these coins carried a hidden secret, a detail so rare that decades later, they'd become some of the most sought-after pieces in the entire coin collecting world. But what makes this coin so unique? Why would a small piece of copper command a price tag larger than most luxury mansions? The answer lies not just in history, but in rarity. Today, the 1946 NumisNerd penny has climbed to astronomical value. Auction houses have witnessed intense bidding wars, with wealthy collectors fighting for the chance to own one. And the current market value? $37.1 million. Think about that for a moment. A coin you could mistake for pocket change is now worth more than most people will earn in a lifetime. Here's the scary part. Most people will throw away opportunities like this without even realizing it. That penny in your drawer could literally change your life, and if you don't check, someone else will. Imagine finding out years later that you gave away a multi-million-dollar coin at a garage sale for a single dollar. Painful thought, isn't it? And if you're thinking, well, my luck is usually so bad that I'd find a 1946 penny and it would somehow be glued to the floor. Don't worry, I've thought the same thing. But let's stay focused here. So what do you do if you have a penny from 1946 with no mint mark? First, handle it carefully. Don't clean it, don't scratch it, and certainly don't toss it back in your change jar. Next, have it professionally graded and authenticated. That's the only way to unlock its true market value. And remember this, coins like these don't just represent money. They represent freedom. The freedom to pay off your debts, retire early, travel the world, or build generational wealth for your family. All from something as small as a 1-cent coin. But here's the twist. The 1946 NumisNerd penny isn't the only coin out there hiding unbelievable value. In fact, there are other pennies that could make you just as wealthy, maybe even wealthier. And in my next video, I'll reveal another coin that collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on. You'll want to know about this one before it's too late. So check your coins. Don't wait. Because the difference between an ordinary life and a millionaire's life might just be sitting in the palm of your hand right now. You'd like me to also shorten this into a 60 to 90 second TikTok/YouTube Shorts version with punchy, fast hooks. So you can use the same script for both long and short form content.